Oh yeah, that's like a nail file. What is up, Smash Pickleball crew? Thank you for joining me for a video today. It's a work in progress, but I got the home studio like at least starting to get built up. I got some remnants from some of my other previous hobbies in the past behind me. That's a story for a different day. But today we're going to be talking about what's in this bag. And this is just a first look, first impression. We're going to take a look at the Spartis P1. Now, I opened this bag, but I have not looked in it. Don't know what it looks like. I've seen videos on it, of course, so bear with me. I hope the audio is okay here, but things will improve as we move along. So anyways, paddle. Let's take a look. Ooh, okay. Get rid of that. Don't need that anymore. Okay. Get your neoprene cover. Pretty standard issue. Ooh. All right. There it is. This is the Hybrid P1 by Spartus with their new Permagrit. Okay, that's the big story here, and I think that's going to be the big story for 2025 is companies coming out with their version of some type of durable grit. And let's take this plastic off, see what the handle looks like. So, pretty small grit. If I were to guess, this is probably 4 1/4 or maybe a little less than that. I don't use factory grips at all. I don't use grips like this at all. If you've been watching first couple of videos, I put Hesacore grips on every single one of my paddles. This will be no exception. So that's a little bit small, but I can build that up a little bit. Hesacore is great because they got different size grips, slightly different weights, slightly different firmnesses, if that's the thing that matters to you. And so I'll probably do a Hesacore grip and maybe 1, maybe 2 over grips to get this to feel right. But right away, just touching the surface of the paddle, I mean, that is sticky. I mean, it grabs my fingers. Let's see if you can. Oh yeah, that's like a nail file. Pretty crazy. I've heard a lot of great things about this paddle. I'm really excited to try it. As I mentioned before, I think this is going to be the trend this year is durable grit by different companies, and I'm all for it. One of the big reasons why I decided to get this paddle is because I've noticed with all the other paddles, or with most of the other paddles I've played with and tried and owned, there's a bit of a honeymoon phase, right? And it's kind of like getting new golf clubs. For some reason, you tend to hit your brand new golf clubs really well the first time out, or while you're demoing it in the shop. It's a little bit less of that because that's a little bit of snake oil. This is, new paddles aren't so much snake oil. It's just that most paddles have a surface that doesn't keep its grit, its tackiness, its ability to spin the ball. And that's one of the most glaring things that I've noticed pretty quickly when I started playing pickleball and I started picking up some nicer paddles. There's a bit of a honeymoon phase where you could spin and shape the ball like crazy, and then after about 10 or so hours of play, in some cases a lot less than that, you're just not able to spin the ball as much anymore. And I think it was Pickleball Studio. Love their YouTube channel. I think those guys do a great job. And one of the things that they talk about that I really resonate with is, you know, what's inside a paddle doesn't matter so much. I mean, it matters, but it doesn't matter, right? I mean, the general technology is already there. There's only so many different ways you can cut foam, because that's what we're talking about here, right? Foam. That's what you're going to see in most of the modern power paddles, is some type of EPP foam with the ring on the outside, floating foam center. I care, but I don't care. Okay, for all I care, they could fill the inside of a paddle with ramen, with dry ramen noodles, and if it played well, great. You know, it's like whatever you want to call that technology on the inside of the paddle. All right, great. But the thing that I find is more important to me now as a player is this. Okay, that grit. I want the paddle to play like it did, or as close to like it did when it was brand new. And that's been kind of the disappointing thing that I've been running into lately, is most paddles just don't hold up. So anyways, really excited about this. I'm going to take it out to the courts hopefully this weekend. My voice is a little hoarse, so hopefully I don't get too sick before Saturday, this Saturday when I'll be playing, hopefully trying to play. You know, if I'm not dead and in the ground, I'll probably go out and play anyways. So I don't normally play hybrids. That's all that's available right now for the Spartus P1. I do have the elongated on order. If you guys are interested in picking up one of these paddles for yourself, I have my affiliate code down below. Please use that, help support the channel. If you like what you see so far, I think you'll discover over time that I kind of just call it how I see it. And I think I see that from Pickleball Studio, and I really like that. I actually really appreciate it. And that's kind of the way I've always done my videos, even for my previous YouTube life before this one. So anyways, that's it for today. Just a quick look at the Spartis P1. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you on the next one.